Shall we begin another chase? It is time to train Mihono Bourbon. And we are going to train her in a way that makes her one of our medium stars for the Takarazuna Kainen CM coming up in a month. These are the cards we will be using that get us a decent amount. We have a 10, 20, 30, 35, 10, 20, 30, 45, 50, 55. Shall we begin another career? Boom, boom. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is the latest time of me chasing UG while also, preparing for the next CM because I'm a psychopath. We are using Mihono Bourbon Valentine because as much as I would like to try something new in the current upcoming CM, I can never avoid my delicious frontrunners. Yes, in the next CM, not the one coming up, not Gemini, I believe it's Cancer. I think it's Cancer Cup coming up. I am going to be doing the two front one or one end closer situation. But as you can tell, one of the reasons I've been training Mihono Top Gun is to get used to training end closers. Well, not training end closers, training Mihono again. But also, because this isn't a Firm Course Menace course, the speed card I'm borrowing is Machikane Fukitaru. I believe that is the best speed card I could possibly borrow for what I am trying to attempt. The perfect is that. We don't need to. God, that look she does. The little, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I can get wet conditions from this. Nice. Alright, that's one of them. That is one of them already acquired. I believe it is wet conditions. Yeah, wet conditions. Right-handed, summer, cloudy, hand-shid, non-standard start. I can give up 10 energy for those stats. I tend to not click that one, but, I kind of want the stats because we are doing simple wood clicks here. Woohoo! Level 2. Take that. One thing I noticed, we're coming close to when Summer Marzensky comes out, and I'm kind of wondering how good she will be in Track Blazer. She's going to be absurd in Grand Live, that is for sure. But, I am wondering how truly good she will be in Track Blazer. I do think she's still going to be pretty good. She's probably going to be one of the cards I use. Just because, her ability still works because we're going to be training a lot in wit. If my wit isn't level 5 every time, I'm going to be disappointed. But it's also just the front-runner skills. She gives a lot of really good front-runner skills. Okay, I'm just going to click that, because no point necessary. Thank you for the extra skill points. Oh, give me Charming. Give me Charming. Fuck you. Alright, let's win this race. You... How? How? Okay. That's a rarity. Of all people, Valentine's Bourbon lost her debut race. Well, that's a start. Ooh. Yeah, that's too much of a thing to ignore. Ooh, right-handed, nice. There we go, another good click there. Ramp up isn't that bad to have. I will take the stamina, since we do need stamina. Okay, is this really worth a click? No, not really. Alright, time to race Satan's race. Hey, we actually won Satan's race. Cannot believe we actually won Satan's race. We usually lose Satan's race. If you're wondering, as most people know by now, that race is incredibly difficult to win consistently as a frontrunner. Ooh. I do need the coins. I am going to take a race regardless. Nice. Alright, good start thus far. If you're wondering, Musume Twitter has also just released the preview for the next Uma coming out in Global. That is the lovely Inari 1. Inari 1, of course, is primarily an end closer. Just because, straightaway spurt. The problem with Inari 1, and I think that is something we should acknowledge. Oh, damn it. I may need a second race. I may need to do a race here. I think I gotta do a race here. Which sucks. Sorry, I got caught in the fact that I had to do a race if I wanted to get what I wanted. So sadly, my mood's probably gonna go down. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, want that, want that, want that, want that. Okay. Yeah, we had to take that race because it was just, oh, come on! I was really hoping to get a recuperation in there. But that's just an impossible to click, impossible to miss one. Another impossible to miss one. Let's try it. Let's go. Oh, we got Fall Runner too. If I remember, Fall Runner was one we needed, right? No, it was Summer. Okay, never mind. Okay, no, that's not worth the click. We are going to take this time to go to Recreation. We get the good one. It boosts us up straight to good. We'll do this. Operation Extra Classes, Energy and Mood. And now we go for a run. Now again, as I was saying, Inari 1 has just been revealed. As most people who've played the game know, Inari 1, one of the more charming characters out there. She is one of the few that has A in both turf and dirt. And can be ran in pretty easily in mile, medium, and long. With decent gross, the 10% stamina is good. The 20% power, honestly, you could do without, but it is not terrible. The problem with Inari 1 is her skill is not the greatest. So her skill is not the greatest. It is just a good velocity speed. And she has Winter Runner, Tail 9, Straightaway Spurt, But sadly, her last thing is Master of the Sands, which is a gold recovery skill with some speed, but it is only available on dirt. And that is a problem because most dirt courses don't really need a recovery skill, not even some of the medium ones. So it feels like kind of, I had a feeling that was going to happen. It feels like kind of a waste of a skill, right? And what doesn't help Inari 1 from a meta perspective, since I like talking about this from a meta perspective and a fan because if you're a fan of Inari 1, you're pulling for Inari 1, right? There's nothing I would say doing. So I like looking at it from a meta perspective because I think it's important to acknowledge that with the way I play the game, which, you know, I have more of a champions meeting focus, if you get what I mean, right? So, from that standpoint, what does Inari 1 do to differentiate herself from the other end closers, the Tamano Crosses, the Gold Ships, the Narita Taishins, the Mayano Top Guns, right? And that's where she falls a bit behind. And, of course, again, like I said, she's going to be an Oshi pick. Whatever I say here isn't going to matter. But I look at Inari 1 and I'm just like, It's one reason why when it came to Ines Fujin, right? With Ines Fujin, my opinion was just wait a little bit. Just wait a little bit. Because not only does, well, you get an Oshi pretty soon. Like Ines Fujin was released in Global just last month. Her Valentine's Day skin is only a couple months after. And her Valentine's Day skin is just country miles better, right? And so I'm like, if you are an Oshi puller if you are an Oshi fan of Ines Fujin, wait until wait until the Valentine's one. And the Valentine's one is close enough that, well, you can wait. Do I have a similar feeling with Inari 1? Kind of? Because Inari 1 comes out tomorrow. Her festival skin comes out around September. And her unique skill is, if you were in the back of the pack during the late race corner, your speed on the last straight will increase the amount of times you have overtaken someone on the corner. And the order rate is 5th to 7th, so there's a lot of room, right? It's a good overtake skill. You have innate straightaway spurt. You have also encroaching shadow. And ramp up. And tail held high. Like, again, if I had to say, wait for, if you are in an RE1 Oshi, like if you love an RE1, wait for the Festival in RE1. Not only is that a much better, like, not only is it, like, really soon, as in, it's in September, well, close, estimated September, right? But, like, it's just better. And this isn't me saying, like, it's wrong to pull for an RE1 now. If you want to pull for an RE1 now, go the right fuck ahead, man. You do what you want to. I'm just saying, if you want your Oshi to be even better, why not just wait a couple months, right? It's not that long till September. So, in my opinion, I feel that Inari 1 is a bit of a skip. I think that, especially with her festival one being as soon as it is. Like, it is close enough to actually consider saving for it and not wait a while, that I think you should just do that. I think that pulling for an RE1, oh my god in heaven. Pulling for an RE1 right now isn't worth it, considering that the festival one is pretty close. Like, we're essentially in June. July, August, September. An RE1 is expected to come, festival is expected to come in September. So, like, I'd say just wait. I'd say just wait for an RE1 festival, and that will be the pull that helps you. And then, of course, we all know that there's another rerun banner for the support cards. It is going to be Sakura Chiono O and Admire Vega. Honestly, Chiono O I've always felt is a fairly decent support card. She doesn't beat Super Creek because Speedstar is not really needed, right? That being said, she has increased training effectiveness, increased race bonus. Like, there is a reason to get her. I just think when it comes to your support cards, if you don't have Super Creek, like, by 3 LB now, then maybe she worth it? Worth it? That being said, at that point, just wait for the Creek rerun banner. Again, I'm not, say, super uber duper pooper scooper meta. Right? But I am also like, we can acknowledge, like, what is strong and whatnot, and what is strong, and I mean very strong, is the likes of Super Creek. Like, one of the reasons why I saved up for Find Mo is I knew me getting Find Mo now makes everything better, and I got her to MLB. It cost me 400 pulls, but I got her to MLB. What do I do here? Do I really want to burn this for that? I don't think so. I'm just going to rest. There's no point in me racing. So yeah, if you want my opinion, I think the support banner is mostly a skip. I don't think they're... Wow! Fuck you, game! Give me something good here at least. Okay, that isn't bad. I do think the support banner is a skip. I don't think Chiono O or... I like that we got Pace Chaser hesitant because... Gotta rely on defeating the Aguris again. I do... Oh my god, the rivalry races are just terrible. Why am I getting rivalry for sprint? Like, I didn't think my sprint was high enough to get rivalry. It's C, isn't it? Shit. That's a little annoying. That's a little annoying if I'm getting rivalry for sprint. But yeah, so just to end, I think the Admire Vega Sakura Chino rerun is not worth your time. There are much better cards coming out, especially in June and July. Okay, that's a decent one. And let's scroll to the bottom. Bam, bam. Yeah, especially in June and July. And an RE1, again, if it's an Oshi poke, go right ahead. But if I could just give my recommendation to the Oshi pullers out there, wait until Festival. Because not only do you get your Oshi looking very cool, you also just get your Oshi just being better. Just straight up better. Yep. But like, as I mentioned, like June looks like a pretty good month. We got another Oshi target in Sweet Tosho. Granted, this one, it's like, yeah, guys, pull her if you want, because her wedding version isn't set to come out for a while. Yeah, it isn't set up to come out for over a year. The big question is going to be actually the Tacky Shuttle SSR Speed card. Because that one, when you really think about it, is actually pretty good. Like, it's got good stats all around. It is probably the best speed card in terms of, like, getting mile skills. Gives you at least one extra skill point. You gain speed bonus. Like, it's a very good card. So, it might be worth it if you are able to. Like, I wouldn't say no. That being said, I also think it's worth not pulling full, because just a bit after, if you want something that's Tacky Shuttle related, Tacky Shuttle Camping comes out just a bit after. And it is just a very, very strong UMA. It has 30% in power. It has a very good skill. It has Wet Conditions. It has Pace Chaser head-on. It has Golden head-to-head. Like, this Tacky Shuttle really does do well and can compete with the other Tacky Shuttle as well. Joyful Voyage is just a very good skill. But another one you might consider pulling is Camping Measure Dober with the awesome, and in my opinion it's awesome, 20% speed, 10% wit. That is such a god tier combination in my opinion. It's one of the reasons why OG Tacky Shuttle's good. She, instead of having an acceleration skill, the only problem is Dober has a skill like Ines Fujin, which relies on a hill. If you are in the mid-pack on a downhill just before the late race, and there's a large distance, like, there is so much that has to go into it. That being said, I do think she is strong. And then we look at what's coming with it. That is the Pasa Guts SSR and the Mambo SSR for Wit. Those are completely useless to us, I think. Guts cards always have a little bit of an issue. Granted, this one does have some decent Pace Chaser skills. It's another way to get Speed Star. The Mambo one gives you It's On and Nimble Navigator. So again, there are decencies to it. I don't think they're wolf pulling. Air Shakur comes out next. Air Shakur, of course, is another Oshi pick. And honestly, doesn't look that bad. 30% wit aptitude, late end closer. Again, though, she runs into what the problem is for Nari 1. If you are not pulling her as an Oshi, does she do enough to beat the current end closers? And that's the one thing that I'm talking about here. If she isn't your Oshi, since if she's your Oshi, you're pulling no matter what. So if she isn't your Oshi, what can she do to make you pull for her? And the answer is not a lot. I just do not see her stronger than the current end closers that we have. I don't think her skills are that great. She doesn't have easy access to straightaway spurt. So, like, there really isn't a lot in there that, in my opinion, is worth it if she isn't your Oshi. And the new SSR that comes with it is Air Groove. It is an Air Groove Power, which has a unique effect of power and skill, +1 when the gauge hits 80. Has good friendship training, good specialty priority, has initial stamina, has the needed 10% race bonus. But the problem is, it's a power card. Your power card slots are already filled by Nisha No Flower and Marvelous Sunday. And the other card coming out is a Gold City Wit card. This is an SR. Yeah, I mean, it's an SR. It's not terrible. Gives you tail hell high. But, like, it's not a priority pull. And then we get the interesting one. The interesting one, which is likely happening around mid-June, I think. Let me take a look at what the timeline is estimating. So, like, this one is happening around mid-June. Let's see. No, end of June. So the end of June is when this is estimated to come out. And that is the Narita Bryan and Saiyan Sky rerun. But also the debut of Thrones Assemblage. First things first. Narita Bryan, Saiyan Sky. That is an interesting question. So, Narita Bryan, Saiyan Sky. Do you have Saiyan Sky? If the answer is no, then to be frank, I think she is worth pulling if you use frontrunners. If you don't use frontrunners, ignore her. I think the only reason to pull Saiyan Sky on her rerun is if you like frontrunners. I can tell you for a fact she is one of the best frontrunners in the game right now. She is one of the best frontrunner parents in the game right now. So if you use frontrunners and do not have Saiyan Sky, I think she is 100% worth pulling for. Now, oh, Jesus Christ, nice. Now, here's the question. Can the same be said about Narita Bryan? No, but I feel that it is closer than we think. I actually think Narita Bryan as a pace chaser, late surger, even an end closer, is very good. I think Shadow Break is a useful skill. The fact that she gets medium straightaways is good. I just think that if you are looking for pace chasers, it's just better to wait one more. Because Summer McQueen comes out literally the next one. And in my opinion, Summer McQueen just looks better. Granted, Summer McQueen is more focused on longs, while Narita can run in almost anything. But, like, if you need a pace chaser, wait for Summer McQueen. Now, Thrones. Thrones, for those of you who don't know, is one of the most busted cards in Make a New Track. It is absolutely busted as hell. It is one of the best cards you could possibly use. It is also one of the biggest baits of all time. Like, oh my god, it is such a bait. It is such a bait. I know I just said that twice, but like, I can't stress enough how much of a bait this card is. Like, if you really want it, just borrow it. It's only useful for 1 CM. And then after Make a New Track, it just dies. Like, it's not worth it. Like, it is not worth it at all. Because this whole thing is designed around Make a New Track. Look at that. 10% race bonus. 2 skill point bonuses. The bond gauge is at least 80. Great friendship training. 5% friendship effectiveness, 30% event recovery, initial 20% speed. You gain 20% extra stats from the support card events. You have a wit friendship recovery. And then speed bonus. You get a bunch of really good skills. You know, prudent positioning is the one I'd look at. And then you just get a corner velocity skill. Like, it is just... It's such a stupid card. Because it's literally only available for 1 scenario. And then it's dead. Like, it's just dead after. And that's the funny thing. That they release it at such a time where... Even in JP, it was only around for a month. And then it was just gone. And it's so funny to me that they thought this was a good idea in terms of, like, releasing for Thrones. So, yeah, no, in my opinion, Thrones is a bait of baits. Like, you just ignore it and you borrow it. It is not worth it. That being said, the SR from... Oh my god, my training is awful. I'll take the summer at least. I think that's at least. That being said, the SR, the El Condor Pasa SR, is shockingly effective. Like, this is something you should be safe. Oh my god. What in the fuck happened with this training? I guess that's just how it is. No, that's not worth it. We're going to race. But the El Condor Pasa is shockingly effective. 1, it's got power bonus. It's always good on a speed card. Training effectiveness, 5%. That's always good. Friendship training, 20%. Friendship gauge, 20. Great. Mood effect, 30. Great. Specialty priority, 50. Great. Got decent fan and race bonus. Got even a good friendship bonus. And then it's got even more specialty priority at 70. Like, this is just a good SR. And if you end up picking it up, it is completely worth it. Even just as a stat stick. It is much designed to pace chasers, like most El Condor Pasa cards are. So, like, yeah, if you get it, use it. That's all I'm going to say. And you know what? Since this has been a fun conversation about a guy who has learned a little bit of this game, let us continue as we move on to July. July brings us the second summer event. This time it is the beach event. The free card is a Sakura Chiono O Guts card. The Sakura Chiono Guts card gives you... It's mostly a training card with initial stats. The problem is, for Track Blazer, it does not have any race bonus. And that alone kind of kills the card for now. And probably kills the card for a while. Yeah, having no race bonus in Track Blazer is bad. Having no skill bonus is bad as well. It does give you a reason for head-on, which is always grateful as a pace chaser. And step on the gas is a not bad mile skill, but again, this is just a free card. And then the demon returns. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the demon. Gold Ship gets her second ult. And this ult is famous for one reason and one reason only. It is a team trials menace. You see, the thing about Gold Ship is Gold Ship's ult allows you to activate 2 skills. And 2 skills only that you can ignore the conditions with. So, for example, the main thing is, if you are running a long course, right? If you are running a long course and you have the Gold Ship ultimate ability, right? If you put Dominator on Gold Ship, or anybody with her unique ult, Dominator will work. And that is why a lot of people value Summer Gold Ship. Is because she allows you to have skills on it that you normally wouldn't have. And that is simply valuable. It's why a lot of people call her the ultimate team trial horse, because it is where you can just get a lot of random points. So yeah, and in terms of skill, I mean, it's Gold Ship. The one big difference here is this Gold Ship does not have access to Uma Stan. So I wouldn't say that she is Team Trials related. That being said, I do think she is not Team Trials related. What's the word I'm looking for? Champions Meeting related. That being said, I do think she is 100% going to define the meta of Team Trials. That ability to allow you to proc 2 extra skills without meeting their conditions is going to change Team Trials. I firmly believe it will. And we will then go on to what my first poll since the first anniversary is going to be. That polling is going to be the S Maru along with the S Nakayama Festa. I've talked about S Maru a bit before. I think it is one of the best cards in the game for a while. The main reason is simple. Its unique effect is incredibly strong. It is decent in Track Blazer because, as you can see here, you're normally getting at least wit higher, right? But like S Maru on her own is 5% training effectiveness. Then she can get it up to 10. So that's good. She already has good front runner skills, right? But like, I think where S Maru is going to shine is, simply put, Grand Live. Grand Live is all about training. It is all about training. S Maru there is going to do cartwheels. I think that if you are needing just a generic speed card, go get S Maru. It can be good at 1 limit break. It becomes great at 3 limit break. Like, just go get S Maru. Go find her. She is incredibly worth it as a secondary speed card or even a first speed card. Like, I think there's a world where, depending on the speed cards you have, you could definitely not run Kita in Grand Live and run a different speed card with S Maru. Granted, I think the cards are probably going to be Kita, Maru, Kita, Maru, Tachyon, Light Hello, Fine Motion, and then another Wit. Like, I just think that's what it's going to be. The question is who the other Wit is, I don't know. But, like, that's what it's probably going to end up being. And yes, I have been paying attention to this run. It is not going the greatest, simply because my summer training didn't bounce the way I wished. This is what happens when you run Fuku. But let's see if we can bounce it into a good classic. Me talking has made this video go incredibly long. This is probably going to be my longest video. But yeah, S Maru is completely worth it, 110%. I think one of the benefits, though, of this banner is that you're not losing much if you also get a lot of Nakayama Festas. Like, I look at Nakayama Festa and I say to myself, oh, you're interesting. Because Nakayama Festa is actually pretty good. Her unique ability is that from level 0, right? So just getting her, you get a 20% chance to make any current fail rate 0. It's not the best, do not get me wrong, but it's one of those things that'll be useful once in a while. But in my opinion, where Festa really does shine is 2 things. 1, she has high friendship training, 10% training effectiveness. She has hint level 2. You get her to 1 limit break. You gain the 1 skill point, right? I think if you end up getting a 1 limit break Nakayama Festa, that is a success. I think at 1 limit break with the skills she has and all that type of stuff, she is very much useful. If you are hoping for something better, I think the answer is This Is It or MLB. Because at MLB, the training effectiveness goes to 15%, right? And like hint frequency is 50%, hit level 3. You get hint level 3 at MLB. So like you either get 1 MLB, or 3 MLB. That is it. She has a lot of skills that are just useful too. Like, that's a big thing. A lot of her skills are just useful. I want to see if I can do this. Nice. We'll do this as well. And we'll pop this too. We do need to catch up on speed. Hopefully this will push us to at least 600. If I can get to 700 speed by the summer, I can definitely turn this into something usable with medium S hits. Alright. Early lead, always useful. Let's fill up on desserts. Nice. Alright, let's look at that. Do I want to make use of the training? I think I do. Just want to make sure I keep making uses of trainings when I can. Wit level 5 is good. Let's just take this one. That was a rivalry. That wasn't a rivalry race. Whoops. Woo! I wonder if I can turn this into something. But yeah, so Festa, she gets Nibble Navigator, Uma Stan, all very good. 777 can be good as well. Like, I just think if you end up getting like one limit break of Nakayama, it's useful. And if you end up getting max limit break, you got a very good wit card. I think this is one of the banners where if you get either or, it isn't a bad thing. You, of course, want more of... I don't want to race here. I think it's just asking for it to blow up in my face. You, of course, want more of Maru, but I don't think Nakayama Festa is that bad of a secondary prize. And then, of course, coming up after that, Bamboo Mercury. I'm gonna be honest. No, I don't know much about this one. There is an acceleration in her unique ability, so that's useful. She is a sprinter. We need more sprinters. She is a miler. We need more milers. She can go medium. That is great. I always love Umas that have options. But, like, I'm not gonna pretend I know much about this one. Anyway, and the support banner that month, that one is a rerun banner. Just skip. Just skip. There is no point in pulling for Ikuno Dictus Guts. I think that her time is gone after Grand Live. And then the Yukinobishin Wit is a skip, because if you need Yukinobishin Wit, son of a bitch. Alright, let's see what stats we can get with this. If you need Yukinobishin Wit for No Stomping Me, I think that isn't worth a pull. It is worth a Boro and a Boro only. Alright, let's see what stats I can get with this then. Well, Argon speed up. I don't think I can get decent stats with this. It's just a shame about no medium S. And it's a shame that this race still exists. I am the biggest Tenosho Spring hater. And this is why. Might as well try. I feel like every time I want to run the Spring Triple Crown, I should try to... Oh, we win! Normally it takes like 3 tries, to be honest. Yeah. But in terms of that, like, I'm not going to go too much farther. Like, I'm probably just going to go to the Light Hello banner. But, like, up next is a monster. And it is a monster because it is Kapano Riki. Kapano Riki is one of the most fascinating fucking Umas in the game. I absolutely am intrigued by her because I feel that Kapano Riki is the one that can cause the most chaos. And that is simply because of her unique skill, which is luck comes to the prepared. In the second half of the race, of the middle leg, your speed and acceleration increases depending on the amount of green skills you've activated. That scaling, from what I can read, goes up by 0.05. I think it's a total of 6 times. That means in the middle leg, you could get an absurd boost. The problem, Kapano Riki is a dirt racer. She has an effing turf. So, while this is why I say she's the most chaotic, and that is simply because those dedicated to her can make her into a turf monster. And a turf monster she can be, but where she will just eat people is in dirt. She is going to be the dirt queen of Uma Musume. Sorry, Smart Falcon, but like, you just can't compete. You are a step behind, and that is just something you need to accept. Because, oh my god. And like, it's insane to me that she is designed like that. But yeah, do not be shocked if you see Kapano Ricky's running turf, because that skill is absurd. And then, of course, coming out after that is the Sand Sky SSR Wit card, and another Manhattan Cafe SSR Stanima, which we will take a look first. Yeah, this isn't great. It's a Stanima card that doesn't give much worth it. It is a good access for Stanima Eater, but the Saiyan Sky SR, good race bonus, training effectiveness, hint level 1 with skill points, good front runner skills, honestly kind of like the Passa. If you get that, don't be afraid to use it. I think it is well worth it. And then finally, the last ones we're going to talk about are the bigger ones. The Grand Live Smart Falcon. Again, I'm sorry, but like, I don't know how you compete with Kapana Ricky. Right? It is so hard to compete with Kapana Ricky. And she has a decent speed bonus. The problem is, they cut out the speed because on dirt, it's also stamina recovery. And there isn't many dirt courses that need stamina recovery. Like, I'm sorry, you just use OG Smart Falcon. And OG Smart Falcon is still very good. Let's talk about the big ones. Light Hello and Agnes Tachyon. There is a lot of debate of if Agnes Tachyon is a must-pull. And to that I say, are you guys fucking insane? I am a guy who's like, pull what you want most of the time. I think Agnes Tachyon, if you want your Grand Live journey to be better, you go with Agnes Tachyon. Like, if she is your constant Boro, that is both good and bad because you're not able to borrow anything else. And your deck would need to be set up in a way that doesn't get hurt by that. And I just think that's impossible. So you get Agnes Tachyon. Agnes Tachyon is just one of the things that breaks Grand Live. And it's all because 2 skill point bonus, got decent hint level, got great specialty priority, and the whole scenario is based around that. So, like, you get Agnes Tachyon, you pull for Agnes Tachyon, you look for her at max MLB, 3LB at worst. But, like, you're pulling for her. And oh my god, my summer trainings have been absolutely devilish. Jesus. I mean, we got a race. We got nothing else to do there. Now, when it comes to Light Hello is also another must pull. Because, again, she breaks the scenario. She just makes the scenario into what it is. You want to get her at least 2LB, 3LB if you can, and of course max limit break if you can, but like, this is a must-pull banner. Agnes Tachyon warps Grand Live. And if you are only borrowing her because you think to yourself, oh, she drops off on anything but Pace Chasers after Grand Live, you're hurting yourself. I feel like you will end up hurting yourself because then you are always borrowing Tachyon. And that just... if your borrow slot is only one specific card, that hurts you in the long run. And I just think with the amount of must-pull pulls that we haven't seen, like, there really hasn't been a must-pull support card in a while. Like, I feel like a lot of people, if they didn't have an Oshi pull, probably have saved up quite a bit. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. I think that was karma. That had to be karma. But yeah, I just think anybody who hasn't pulled for a while should pull for this banner. I also think anybody in their right mind should pull for this banner. Like, 400 pulls minimum, in my opinion. I think that it is going to make your Grand Live life so much easier. And people shit on this Tachyon card, which, it's not a great card after. But, like, as a Pace Chaser card? Oh my god! Like, again, it's a solid card in terms of, like, design. High specialty priority. Good speed bonus. Got the absolutely god tier 2 skill point bonus. But then you look at what it gives Pace Chasers, and it's like, oh, Pace Chaser's heavy, that's nice. Pace Chaser corners, oh, it gives head on, oh! Pace Chaser straightaways. And then in mediums, like, it's medium corners, medium straightaways. Like, I think this card is going to be helpful to Pace Chasers for a while, especially before El Condor Pasa comes out. But it just breaks Grand Live. It just breaks Grand Live, and I think ignoring it is not going to do you any good. I think you have to pull for this card. And I think that pulling for it is going to make your Grand Live life better. So with that being said, that is where I'm going to stop the talk of the upcoming banners, because after that, we start to get to another dead time for me. Like, I'm not pulling again till the dreaded Mejiro Ramono, which after July isn't expected to come in here till, I believe, late December. No, early, like, late November, early December. So that's going to be a little while. But again, I cannot stress enough, make your life easier. Pull for her. Like, just do it. I've seen posts all around saying, oh, this Tachyon card isn't as good as people said first. It isn't a must pull. And those people generally do not understand the Grand Line mechanics. The Grand Line mechanics make Tachyon a must pull. And then after that, not only do you have Tachyon as throughout all of Grand Line, which makes your deck so much better, you then have a decent Pace Chaser card. Like, I don't understand this againstment of Tachyon, especially considering the fact, again, as I said to myself, I feel that there's no real must-pull coming up till Ramono. Alright? Like, if this is what we're going to end our video on, this is what we're going to end the video on, is to talk about Tachyon. Like, where is it? So Tachyon, anticipate come up, end of July, early August, right? What is the next must-pull support card? Like, there's some decent ones, don't get me wrong. Daichi Ruby's support for sprints is very good. I don't know much about the Halloween Palmer and Helios. You could do the rerun Fine Mo and Summer Maru, but, like, in my opinion, if you haven't got either of them by now, then what are you doing, right? So there's that. Again, they do the rerun of the Daichi Ruby again, because in Japan what happened was when Daichi Ruby and Seeking the Pearl came out, the Google Play Store, wherever they used to do payments, it shit the bed. So they had to do a rerun of the banner to make up for people not being able to spend on it, which is kind of adorable when you think about it. Alright, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Don't worry, the next video is going to be me more focused on this. It's just sometimes I feel like changing up topics and whatnot. Yeah, this has been a run from hell, though. I think it's karma for not focusing on it. Yeah, but like, after that, right, you got the Symbolic Chris S one, which again, like, is those, like, cards great? I don't know, right? So then fast forward a bit, you got Yaino Mateki, Ogori Cap. Like, are those going to break the bank, right? Like, they're not great cards. So after Yaino Mateki and all that, then you got a rerun of Super Creek and Mr. CB. Like, that could be a pull target for some people, but again, is it truly that? And then you keep scrolling up and like, there really isn't much out here that is like a must-pull target, right? Is Doubt the Aishin Flash in the NTR one, is the Winter Air Groove and all that. You've already pulled for Light Hello, Yamano Zephyr and Yamamin Zephyr and TM Opera O, right? So like, there isn't many pull targets for cards. And then when it comes to Umas, I mean, there's some decent ones, right? Seeking the Pearl, Aston Machan. But like, are those must pulls for anybody who isn't an Oshi puller, right? That's where my question lies, because my answer to that is no. I don't believe there is a must pull there for anybody that isn't an Oshi pull that you can't use to get somewhere else, right? And then pretty much once you're done that, you just walk straight into... Well, you walk straight into friggin' Measure Ramono. So, like, you have a lot of time between Ramono and Tachyon. So this idea that Tachyon isn't a must-pull just kind of doesn't sit right for me, because I feel like she generally is one of the main reasons why you can break things in Grand Live. And there's no other must-pull targets around her that make me go, yeah, you can skip her. Oh. Oh! So the gold one there. Alright, I saw the little gold thing. Of course, Takyat's upside down. Ooh. Oh. Oh. What? Oh, come on! Alright. Well, at least we got 3. Again, the way I remember is, like, if you see the gold circle, it means it's easier for you to pull them. And the fact that I lost 3 of 3 there is just kind of annoying. But anyway, this was a more talkative one. Again, I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on this. I just feel that with... not many pulls. Not many must-pull cards between the first Agnes Tachyon and Measure Romano, which in my opinion is, you need to pull this, like, without a doubt. I think ignoring Agnes Tachyon, just because she isn't, like, the most flawless card after Grand Live, especially with Pace Chasers getting better as the game goes on, is asking for your Grand Live journey to be worse. And in my opinion, one of the things I want to talk about in Uma Musume and like gaming in general is we know a lot coming up in this game. So let's use that knowledge and let's make our journeys in Uma Musume better for it. Anyway, let's finish off this TS climax and what was quite possibly the most painful fucking run I've had of Measure. Oh my god, this is just... This was painful. Holy shit, this was actually painful. I can feel my soul. Oh my god. I cannot believe the luck I have had with specialty priority. Like, I had 2 god-awful summers. I had... Oh my god. Oh, I'm glad I wasn't focused on this career. I would have been losing my fucking mind. It is what it is, though. Sometimes careers just do not go your way. I cannot believe this career has gone the way it has. I do wonder what would have happened if I had better specialty priority luck. We saw in my summers, like, I think I had, what, 4 summer trainings total that had nothing? And I had to take a race because of that. Like, it just wasn't great. Maybe Fuku isn't the answer sometimes. Like, Fuku's a bit of a high roller card. I don't know. Maybe I'll try Fuku again, but, like, this definitely was not a good run in the slightest, and it's just one of the things you just... Sometimes RNG just fucks you. Let's get a run there. Ugh. Feel like I got kicked in the gut, to be honest. Because, like, oh. Did not, like, I was talking about the stuff, and then I looked, and I'm like, oh. This is a run from hell. And it is. And that is just sometimes how it is. I may take another run after, may not, and really just depends. Alright, let's be disappointed together. These are gonna hit 1003 stats at least. Watch this! Watch this be an SS. Right? Like, watch this be an SS and me die inside of it. Because, like, this is exactly what an SS is going to be. Because if I'm... Yeah, I'm going to... Oh, no, this is going to be an SS, and this is going to piss me off. Because I sit there looking at other things, saying to them, how are you not an SS type of thing, right? You get what I mean? Anyway, let's see what the final score is. Oh, Happy Me got there. Oh, Marvy! I was like seeing different Umas pop up. Alrighty. Click. 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 Oh wow, we didn't even get key. God, this was just a run from hell. Holy shit. Click. We are just clicking. This was actually just a run from hell. Like, legitimately a run from hell. Oh my god. I'll just keep grabbing stuff, I guess. I generally cannot believe how bad this run went. And again, watch it be an SS just to screw with me. Okay, thank god it doesn't screw with me. Wow, the sparks are shit too. Sometimes you just tip your cap to the RNG. Alrighty. Next, we'll again continue our little preparation for the Takarazuna Kainen CM, while also chasing UG on a couple other characters. It's kind of funny that, Oh, I appreciate that everything is just do careers now. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Peace.